There were two buildings and then a couple of auxiliary things in the back, and the gravel parking lot in the front of the building. Here's this little tiny place and a bunch of very dedicated people, but it was so small. It was, you couldn't envision that there would be all these buildings and all these people and all these students, and I mean, who knew?
It wasn't that Gateway was doing a bad job at all. It was a good institution, but it had a relatively narrow focus of vocational technical training, and there was an opportunity for a community college that would be tied directly to the flagship university of the state.
When Steve Bell and then several people within the community started talking about it, it got very exciting. I was a faculty member at that time, and it was really exciting. Our students were excited about it. I think I was faculty senate president, and we had an official vote that we wanted to affiliate with the U of A. The U of A came in, brought Jack Lassiter, and gave us that opportunity.
To join the U of A was like the first step. But in order, as I understood it, in order to be called a community college, you had to have local support.
You didn't have to be around Jack Lassiter very long for you to become excited about whatever he was engaged in. He corralled several of us in the community to join the Friends of Gateway, I believe is what we were called at that time.
Everybody agreed to come at 7, have donuts and coffee, and talk about the campaign. And we did that every week. The election was held in February. So, you know, from October 17th to February, whatever, that was the main focus.
Then we went around to the different fire departments, the different civic clubs, and tried to promote the idea of UACCB and that quarter-cent sales tax and what it would mean to our community.
Our role primarily was to help educate people around the community, and I say community being the entire Independence County area, about what kind of opportunities this would afford not only young people but future generations as well.
We felt like we, touched every base. I mean, I don't remember how many places I gave a speech or talked, or I was invited, Rotary clubs, Kiwanis Club, Lions Club, you name it, churches, and we went to the outlying communities, around Batesville as well, and went to a lot of fire stations. It seemed like that was the place for people to gather, was at the fire station. So I said, we've done all we can,
We all went to the courthouse, and it was, we were sitting on the steps at some point, some of us back and forth walked, and at each ballot box that was brought in, it was like, okay, what's the vote? What's the vote?
And then we got that final box, and it was like, it passed! It passed! And I don't think we knew how close it was at that point, maybe, but it was like, it passed, yay!
Dr. Lassiter and all of his confidants had planned a little get-together, and we all went to Jack and Judy's and celebrated.
And I think the majority of the people really saw it as a potential benefit to this area.
In putting together the ballot issue, we committed that it would never go to salaries, it would never go to travel, that it would always be used for an Independence Hall, it'd be used for student scholarships, it'd be used for training, equipment, and it's made, I don't have to tell you, a huge difference having that kind of revenue.
We went from like 350 to within 2 years we had like 700 and something students because of joining with the U of A. That's how much of a difference it made.
This building was one of the first to be constructed, and very proud of the additions, the new programs, both in the technical aspect and especially nursing and allied health in terms of numbers who pass their boards and score very well.
Independence Hall has been a facility that has been so widely used by so many people, not only for campus activities, but for community activities. I know a number of local high schools have been able to use the facility.
When you come by now and see it's running well and people are proud of it, I still have some friends here and they say, oh, so-and-so came to visit and we took them out to the community college and drove around. The trees are just beautiful. It just looks so pretty out there.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, 25 years ago, nobody brought their relatives or their visitors from out of town to come out and see.
I've always believed that UACCB is the best bargain in education. Gives the opportunity for everyone to get further educated and help themselves in their lives.
A student can go from here to Fayetteville and pay the same tuition they were paying here.
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
Probably something that has been consistent regardless of who sat in the chancellor's spot or who's, what program people are in, is that the faculty and the staff really, really care about their students. Then you come to commencement once a year, and it is the most inspiring evening because every single one of us has a student who walks across the stage that you just want to get up and cheer for because you know their story, and now they're going across the stage, and it's that culmination of, yeah, this is what we're here for, is helping students get to that next step.
The future is very bright. I think UACCB will always be someplace that takes a student that wants to achieve to their dreams. I think it all goes back to that merger, that name recognition. I'm a real advocate for keeping community in community college because here at UACCB it's very evident we wouldn't have accomplished what we've accomplished without our community.